For over 150 years, photography has helped us capture the world as it appears before the lens. In these rare historical photographs, there's an entire world being revealed in every shot. Enjoy this blast from the past, and fair warning, some of these photos can be a little eerie. Number 1. Constructing the Statue of Liberty in Paris, France, 1880s. In this photograph dating back to the 1880s, Lady Liberty isn't quite ready to make her New York City debut yet. Instead, she's still being constructed in Paris under the guidance of French engineer Gustave Eiffel, who was also responsible for, you guessed it, the Eiffel Tower. She was finally unveiled on October 28, 1886. Number 2. Inventor of the diving suit. Pictured here is Chester E. McDuffie and his newly patented creation, the diving suit. It was made of aluminum alloy and weighed over 550 pounds, which is exactly the kind of thing you want to be strapped into when you're thrown in the ocean. The invention did help advance deep-sea diving when in 1914 the suit reached new depths of 212 feet in the Long Island Sound. Number 3. The first black student at an all-white school, 1957. Pictures really can tell a story, and this photograph is evidence of America's ugly past of segregation. Dorothy Counts was admitted to the Harry Harding High School in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1957, but her parents pulled her out 4 days later after relentless harassment from other students. They moved to an integrated school district in Philadelphia instead. Number 4. Charlie Chaplin and Helen Keller, 1919. What happens when one of the world's most famous advocates for the deaf and blind meets one of the most famous film actors of their time? Here's Helen Keller visiting the set of Sunnyside, where she read Charlie Chaplin's lips by touching her fingers to his mouth. Even she thought he was funny. Number 5. Female Russian soldier during World War II, circa 1940. Most of the 800,000 women who served in the Soviet armed forces during World War II were medical staff, but some, like this young woman who seems all too happy to be taking aim at some Nazis, served as gunners, pilots, and snipers. The next time someone tells you to shoot like a girl, show them this. Number 6. The first woman to run the Boston Marathon, 1967. In 1967, Catherine Switzer became the first woman to officially complete the Boston Marathon, much to the chagrin of some of its organizers pictured here. She finished in 4 hours and 20 minutes, but it wasn't until 1972 that women were finally allowed to register for and compete in the race alongside men. Number 7. Disneyland Employee Cafeteria, 1961. Fancy having a lunch date with Snow White and Goofy? Walt Disney's flagship theme park opened in 1955 after a full year of construction and has been often dubbed the happiest place on earth ever since. Let's just hope that Snow White remembered to skip the apples in the buffet line. Number 8. The Inventor of Basketball, 1890s. James Naismith, a Canadian-American physician and sport coach, came up with the idea of basketball while teaching physical education at the YMCA International Training School, later renamed Springfield College, in Springfield, Massachusetts. The original game had just 13 rules and used peach baskets as hoops. Here's a picture of Naismith practicing his game with his wife. Number 9. Testing an HBomb. 23 nuclear devices were detonated by the United States at Bikini Atoll from 1946 to 1958. The island is one of 23 making up the group of the Marshall Islands in the Pacific. Test weapons were detonated on the sea, in the air, and underwater, rendering the island and surrounding areas uninhabitable due to radioactivity. Number 10. Pablo Escobar, tourist at the White House. Pablo Escobar's personal net worth at the height of his career as a drug lord was estimated to reach $3 billion. His personal motto was Plata o Ploma, meaning silver or lead. If people weren't persuaded by bribery and cash, they'd be taken care of with a bullet.